Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Hello. I just realized as I was logging in that I accidentally set the countdown timer for tomorrow. If it's really late at night when you set it up, it automatically does that. So, excuse me. Yeah, so I wasn't surprised when I went to come on just now. And it's like, you're not scheduled to be on until, yeah. And I was like, oh, well, I'm early. Hi. Yeah. Oh, I tell ya. Hi. Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you guys? Come on in. Yes. Oh. I think I don't think I'm gonna make it quite till 3. I think I might have to call it early tonight. I might. Yep. I might have to do that. Yeah. That was just a brainiac me moment. Yep. No, I want to be on every night. I think I might have to take tomorrow off though, because I've got so much adulting to do during the day. My daughter has a doctor's appointment. I've got a doctor's appointment. Golly, laundry needs to get folded and dishes need to get washed. So someone's got to do that. So yeah, it's lack of sleep, Holly. I swear. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Yeah, thank you. Come on over. Yep. Well, hi, Billy. Billy just decided to run over and jump up and try to grab onto my hand here. Oh, you are getting too fat for Mama to pick up. Yes, you big handsome boy. Somebody wanted attention. Yeah. He's like, come cuddle, Mama. It's cuddle time. Enough with this computer stuff. So, and Earl, you want to show them what you're doing to Mama? Oh, now you're going to pretend it's kisses? Yeah. Oh. Hi, Emily, honey. Good to see you. Come on over and do mine next. Yes, that's Billy O.T., my baby. My one and only true love. Yes. All right. I'm going to give you a little preview. Of what I'm going to show you tonight.
Why don't you stop talking for 10 seconds and let the prosecutor...
I have a job to go to.
Okay. I'm getting really close to holding you in contempt. See you Monday.
Fuck!
Yes. Yeah, and I got to thinking about it. I put it in the description, but I don't remember who it was. Somebody asked me, well, I've been asked a few times who my favorite judge is. And I always say, well, it changes daily. But no. That's my favorite judge. I consistently keep going back to that being my favorite judge. So that's my favorite judge. Yeah. Yeah, somebody was not happy with him by any means. You know, I don't even remember if there was anything there. The clip we started to watch last night, there wasn't really anything super special about it other than the fact that there were multiple Whites, Wrights, Williamses, and what was the other one? There was one more. I mean, we saw the best of it. So, yeah, and I did have I got some arraignments in Indiana, which was kind of neat. Though they do theirs quite differently than how other places do. I know. Oh, it's beeping at me. Yeah. Well, of course, I gotta have people to make sure y'all don't burn it down while I'm taking the intern potty. And you know, when I get you know, super big and famous, you know, on the YouTube world, I gotta have people to help me out and stuff. Sorry. That's just funny in itself. All right. Okay, so I think, just because I'm not sure how long I'm going to make it tonight, I think we're going to start out with that whole clip. And I'm gonna take some Dayquil.
That's what I was doing. Miss Sadowski, which one does she have?
Well, we were calling St. Maria. I was trying to do them in order.
You can do them in order. Go ahead, Mr. Fleck. Hang on, Miss Sadowski. We're going with the Fleck method. Go ahead.
St. Marie. And that's Tony Crandle.
Crandle. Miss St. Marie, please unmute.
I think I am. Thank you.
There you are. Crandle, aren't we? Doing Crandle? Sorry.
Tony Crandle, are you online or in the room?
Troy.
Troy. Sorry.
Crandle. No Crandle.
I'm surprised to hear it because I did speak with him earlier today.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind waiting to the end of the docket.
Adult.
We'll just put you. We'll put you to the side and come back to you. We got Sadowski. What do you have, Miss Sadowski?
Well, it's out of order. Let's go with Brian Lauria because Miss Sadowski's there.
She is there.
I am, and so is Mr. Lauria. Good afternoon.
Please don't.
Good afternoon. What are we doing with the Lauria?
And Mr. Fleck, if it is okay with you, Mr. Lauria and I have been talking. We're working on a few things and just need a little bit more time. I was hoping we could set this over for a couple of weeks until the 27th, and then I'll be in touch before then.
Ms. Sadowski, I have no problem with that. I will be hard to catch next week, and then the week after that is the holiday. So maybe suggest the 4th of December or agree to that. That might make...
That works for me, Mr. Lauria. Is that okay with you? It'd be one more week than we talked about on December 4th.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Lauria. We'll see everybody on December 4th.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Those were exciting stories. Okay. Mr. Fleck, what do you think?
All right, then the next one I would do, Your Honor, going in order would be Gonzalez, Christopher Gonzalez.
Christopher Gonzalez.
And I believe we have...
He's present via Zoom, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Seth Kaninga's Puget Law Group, on behalf of Attorney of Record Mr. John Sheeran on the Christopher Gonzalez matter, who is here present via Zoom.
Okay, not is that only a grown-ass man. That is a grown-ass man who went through college, got his lottery, he passed the bar. And I'm betting he had that haircut the whole time.
I see him there. Mr. Gonzalez, if you could unmute and turn your camera on.
Can you see him?
Hello?
There you are. We got you. We got you. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Yes, counsel.
And Your Honor, we're requesting a 1-month continuance just for the purposes of getting the paperwork together. Unfortunately, Mr. Sheeran is in trial right now. Otherwise, he would be coming to court here today. So we're just seeking a short continuance for the purposes of getting the paperwork together and getting counsel present here today.
Mr. Fleck.
I have no objection. I thought we were heading to disposition, but
Sounds like we are. What day is 1 month? Are we talking December 11th, counsel? Or December 18th?
Whatever date works best for the court.
Well, let's try the 11th and see how that goes.
Yes, Your Honor. It looks like Mr. Sheeran is available on the 11th.
Okay, good. All right, everybody. We'll see you, Mr.
Can I ask a question, Judge? I'm sorry to interrupt. Can I ask a question?
About which part?
I completed the anger management class and everything, and I went to have my sister-in-law, because I don't live in Forks. I went to have my sister-in-law pay the fine for me. I wrote her a check, and they said I can't pay the fine yet, but
we'll talk about that, Mr. Gonzalez.
Right? Yeah. There's no
Bets on whether or not his hairstylist is still his mom, and does she or does she not still use the same bowl that she used when he was a kid?
fine yet, Mr. Gonzalez. Your attorney will explain all that to you. We'll see you on December 11th at 9:30. And thank you for trying to pay that, but you're kind of, or 1:30, you're kind of ahead of the clock there. We'll see you December 11th at 1:30.
Okay, thank you, Judge. One last question. Was the bell I left? I'm
I'll
in a tight.
explain that, Mr. Gonzalez. I'll give
I'm
you
in
a
a
call as
tight
soon as we're done
spot,
here.
and I'm just trying to see if that can get released.
It will on December 11th. Okay, thank you, counsel. We'll see you and your client on the 11th.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Chris, I'll give you a call.
It doesn't
Okay.
even properly fit his head. It's just like,
And then the next one
Get on
is
there.
Henry Nelson and Mr. Fox should be on.
There's Mr. Fox. Hi.
Afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon.
It's nice to appear in your court. I'm appearing with Kimberly Nelson, and hope to
Good.
get in person out there sometime.
Oh yeah, I hope you get out here too. Fleck needs the company.
Mr. Fox and I were comparing notes about when he was the last.
I
First
am.
went on to become a Supreme Court justice.
It's something, man.
Your Honor, this case
So-
is coming on for an arraignment. We filed the rights of arraignment like that, or not guilty. Please.
Yep, we'll enter a plea of not guilty for you. And you know what we're doing? We're still doing kind of the COVID method. You and the prosecutor pick your pretrial date, and then when we get closer to pretrial, we start thinking about a trial date if you need one.
Well, Your Honor, that being the case, I heard December 11 as it put out there. Does that work for the court?
I think it does, Mr. Fleck. December, he's nodding yes.
That should be fine, Mr. Fox.
Okay. Well then, let's do that, and appreciate that very much. Look forward to talking to y'all. And is that all right with you, Ms. Nelson, that date?
That's perfectly fine, thank you.
All right, you guys. We'll see you on December 11th.
Real good. Thanks much.
Thank you.
Now with that, they should in theory the rest be Mr. Cressels or Pro Se's.
Is it any coincidence that Mr. Fox is kind of a silver fox? A little bit.
Okay.
And I am not sure who is in custody.
Oh, it's St.
Oh,
Marie.
yeah,
Oh,
Miss
yes.
St. Marie.
Miss
Well,
St.
she's
Marie.
waiting for Troy Crandle,
We're waiting
Tony
for
Crandle. Troy
Crandle. She does?
Does she?
Which one?
I expected him to be in the courtroom today. I just talked to him this
That's
morning.
okay. Yeah.
Oh, you have Zach Allen too. I'm
Zach
sorry.
Allen.
We could try to
I
see if
do.
Zach Allen's around.
Zach Allen, are you there?
He was
He's still
in
in custody
custody.
in Port Angeles.
Hang on. So he's in custody in Port Angeles? Yes.
Yes.
Well, then we can wait on that one because we don't have him here.
Well,
and that's not Zach Allen sitting in our jail.
By the way, we could handle Crandle. You don't want a warrant on Crandle, do you?
We'll see if he shows up.
Okay. Because I'm willing to reset on Crandle.
So who's the person in jail?
In jail, what's your last name?
Pimentel.
Okay, that's Lokalani Pimentel.
Yeah. Lokalani
Your Honor, Doug
Pimentel.
Russell here.
Yes.
Did they say Penatel?
I believe.
As in Penn and Teller? Like, is that what they're named after?
Gotta find my file. This Pimentel has 2 files.
Penatel.
The 30515 is an arraignment, which is the malicious mischief.
Correct. And there was an older one that went to warrant. I'm not sure if it ever made it to arraignment or if we're on for resetting dates. There's a CR 30047. And Ms. Pimentel, I need to apologize. I've been sick for the last several days. I'm still in quarantine status, so I haven't been able to call and chat with you. Today, all we're going to do is set a date. If you want to get this case resolved quickly, I can just bump it over a week. We can discuss things. Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear Ms. Pimentel's question.
I think she is surprised, but unfortunately, there's only one criminal calendar per week.
Right. The soonest we could get to your 2 cases would be Monday, Ms. Pimentel, and we did already arraign the older case, the whatever that was. The 30047's already been arraigned. It's just a matter of setting. So the soonest we can do this, Ms. Pimentel, is next Monday, because your attorney has he's been sick. And
Your Honor, I'm assuming there's a bail set.
Need a little bit more time.
Dang it. I'll get it back to there, but I love how she pronounced her name as Penatel, and the judge is like, oh, fuck it. I'm just calling you Penatel because that's what I want to do. He pronounced it right, like once, I think. Once or twice. And then he just didn't care. So I love him. He makes me laugh so much. He is so funny over nothing. Like, really, that's nothing to be busting up over. And I am.
Well,
Tony Crandle.
Troy Crandle. She does?
Does she? Well, then we can wait on that one because we don't have him here.
Well,
that's not Zach Allen sitting in our jail.
By the way, we could handle Crandle. You don't want a warrant on Crandle, do you?
We'll see if he shows up.
Okay. Because I'm willing to reset on Crandle.
So who's the person in jail?
In jail, what's your last name?
Pimentel.
Okay, that's Lokalani Pimentel.
Yeah. Lokalani Pimentel.
Your Honor, Doug Russell here.
Yes.
I believe. Gotta find my file. This Pimentel has 2 files.
The 30515 is an arraignment, which is the malicious mischief.
Correct. And there was an older one that went to warrant. I'm not sure if it ever made it to arraignment or if we're on for resetting dates. There's a CR 30047. And Ms. Pimentel, I need to apologize. I've been sick for the last several days. I'm still in quarantine status, so I haven't been able to call and chat with you. Today, all we're going to do is set a date. If you want to get this case resolved quickly, I can just bump it over a week. We can discuss things. Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't hear Ms. Pimentel's question.
I think she is surprised, but unfortunately, there's only one criminal calendar per week.
Right. The soonest we could get to your 2 cases would be Monday, Ms. Pimentel, and we did already arraign the older case, the whatever that was, the 30.
I'll be honest, I don't know his name. one of these days I will figure it out. I've heard it once. I have it on one of my unedited videos. It might have become an edited video or something, but I know I have a clip where his name is said. Excuse me. This is in Clallam County, Washington. It's one of those little towns where they like fly your mail in by plane once a month. I swear, from some of the stories they talk about. Yeah, it's a real country. No, not country. Country's not the right word. It's backwoods. It's backwoods.
047's already been arraigned. It's just a matter of setting. So the soonest we can do this, Ms. Pimentel, is next Monday, because your attorney has he's been sick. And
Your Honor, I'm assuming there's a bail set in 30515.
I intended to put a bail on both.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what those were.
Do you think they're $100, Melissa? I'm looking. Well, yeah. Oh, $1,000 on the malicious mischief. That's the Decker Hardware one.
Hi, Robert. Hi, Phil.
And is she still PR'd on the old disorderly conduct?
I believe.
Because if she is, I think we need to put $100 on that disorderly conduct just because.
I'm fine with those bail amounts, Your Honor. I'm assuming Mr. Kressel is entering not guilties on everything, and
Right.
Yeah, wait on the Raymond case, wait for more reading, enter a plea of not guilty. If we could just send over to the 13th.
Yeah,
Sounds like she wants to resolve the case.
it does.
You
Yeah.
can tell what complicates things is it's not just the new case. There was an old file that also needs to be resolved, and I don't know how much time the city is wanting. The upside is you're getting credit for all the time you're serving, and so we'll
Right.
probably get this resolved next week.
The downside
We just
is
put
you're not getting
$100
up
on
next
the old
week.
discon case to make sure she's getting credit for time.
Your Honor, my understanding is Bertilda is online, and we may have 3 cases of hers.
Okay, good. She's there.
I think one of those is an in-custody matter, so once Ms. Pimentel is there, but I think we also have El Pablo Cruz.
Pablo Cruz, come on up. Bertilda, we got Pablo Cruz on his way up. We'll see you next week, Ms. Pimentel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Your Honor, I just need to file.
It's a mom. It's El Pablo Cruz.
Yes.
And he said yes.
I know, Linda, right?
Ma'am, if you want to make sure that the defendant can understand you.
Yes, El PRI Pablo Cruz, when you.
Nail.
Yes, it is compatible language, Your Honor.
Compatible.
Okay, good. All righty. I think we're waiting for
All
Mr.
right,
Kressel to
Iris.
find his spot.
I'm ready
Yes,
to hear.
Your Honor, last time we were here, my client was in the process of trying to get an updated evaluation through West End Outreach.
And that's it. Say, Holoton should take on the data for Martha Arti, Shakpan, Tate, Honatumaton should take a take on Yekman. Coach Arti took no schnapps.
Never mind, that's
the
not
West End Outreach.
It appears our office sent those documents to West End a couple months ago.
No, you gave it all to us.
West End,
But I do not know if the court has an evaluation.
It's the Tomal Tuish at Kopu on the Tuyakasho, Hatum Shati to Schnap, Almatwitz Kashitat Kaula.
Or if my client hasn't been in recent contact with West End to finish the evaluation.
Ishkahaizet Kaban, Teen Chanina, Kauch Ahayol, Kauts Elchit evaluation to Yakashin Okita, West End Outreach, that's home.
So, Mr.
Oh, hang on, Mr. Pablo Cruz, did you get an evaluation?
Gij nshitsaqana teja al Pablo Cruz gij titok op het elgteit evaluación.
Ocho horas joven sí toch creo jueves que shall teer gaat al cheers porque na ambelen cheers tunche o ocho horas joven de jueves que shall elte a las 12 de mediodía.
Yeah.
I just realized that I was trying not to talk over him so y'all could hear him. I doubt any one of us can understand what he said. I might be wrong. One of y'all might be really super smart. That just goes to show how tired I am. Yeah, I ended up catching the entire day. I'm going to go for tomorrow too, of course. And then I'm going to edit the whole trial out of it and put it all together. I don't know how many days the trial is going to go on. But yes, that is the goal. I don't want to even start streaming the trial at all until I know that I have all of it, especially with how this court goes in and out of when they're streaming. I don't want to take a chance that I miss some of it and then I have an angry mob with pitchforks and flames coming after me.
Yes, well, I have been in contact with them and I have an evaluation appointment next Thursday. I have been in contact with them since they weren't able to get me in quicker. But this time they gave me an appointment next Thursday at 12 at noon.
Okay.
Your Honor, my suggestion is we set this over to the 4th of December. The 27th of September.
Or of November?
November.
Bertilda, we're going with 27th September. Hang on a second.
Hold
Mr.
on.
Crystal. Yes.
I'm unavailable November 27th, so I would say December 4th.
Okay, for December, we're trying to make sure we have Bertilda already scheduled, but now she will apparently need to be moved from the 27th to the 4th.
Well, let's ask Bertilda. Bertilda, are you available December 4th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're going to start moving mom cases to December 4th. So you're around on the 4th, aren't? No? What day?
So you rescheduled for 11/27.
Yeah.
There's got to be 4, 5, 6, 6, if not 7 cases are rescheduled.
So we need her on the 27th no matter what. Yeah, no, I mean, we need
Mr.
it.
Russell won't be here on the 27th.
You won't be here on the 27th.
That, but you already got
The
Right, no,
27th, I will either have coverage.
Yes, yeah, okay, let's forget about Cressel for a moment. So what you're saying to me, Madam Clerk, is we need Bertilda on the 27th, no matter what.
Okay,
So
we have that.
Yeah.
But for this case, Mr. Cressel wants to be there. So apparently we have to put it on the 4th of December and ask Bertilda if she can be available on the 4th of December.
Mr. Cressel, do you want to keep Mr. Pablo Cruz on the 27th or do you want the 4th for sure?
Let's keep the 4th.
Wisconsin uses it too. I just couldn't think of it in the moment.
Okay. So, sorry, Bertilda, explain to Mr. Pablo Cruz, he's coming back on the 4th at 1:30.
I don't know who that is.
كان Pablo Cruz تتساهل سول عملية تيجي أنستيت في ديسمبر شاخة تخال ديسمبر تلاونا ترين تبست أحتمال تختيه المختلوج.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mr. Cruz, you need to keep your appointment with West End Outreach and sign releases both for myself and for the court to receive the reports.
You get cooler and cooler every day.
West End تحقق إيها شلت قبانة تيشة تندق في المارنة كبوخ وشتت شؤوخ تبكي أنستيتس أشتو كذا ما إنتنا.
Okay.
Okay. Now, thank you, sir. We'll see you on the 4th.
All right.
Okay. Well, I have a question about the jail person, Lucas Perez. Does he need an interpreter? No, he does not. So we're going to keep going with Bertilda cases. Who's our next Bertilda case? Is Ramirez Ruiz. Hamilton Ruiz Ramirez is coming up.
And Madam Interpreter, I'm showing his preferred language is Spanish, if you could confirm.
Ruiz Ramirez, ¿usted habla español? ¿Es su primer idioma?
Sí.
This is the
Yes,
one I was
Spanish.
thinking of for you, Iris. This was the fertilda for Iris.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your
Mr.
Honor,
President?
we had an appointment scheduled for last week, but due to my illness, it had to be rescheduled.
Dice su abogado, Crandle, dice que tenía una cita con usted la semana pasada, pero como estaba enferma, por eso se tenía que postergar.
Oh, but
I
you
currently
are.
have an appointment with him next Wednesday, the 15th at 12 noon.
Dice que tiene una cita ya puesta para el otro miércoles, el 15 de este mes, a las 12.
Where he needs to make sure he is sitting by a working phone so I can contact him with the interpreter.
Bueno, y en donde usted tiene que esperar por la llamada, le van a marcar a usted por teléfono a las 12 y asegúrese de esperar esa llamada el 15 a las
Tim, if you were any more special, your name would be Ed.
12 mediodía, ¿escuchó?
And Mr. Ramirez, I have your phone number, the last four ending in 1421. Is that still correct?
Entonces, señor, y nada más quiero clarificar los 4 últimos de su número de teléfono es 1421, ¿cierto?
Sí.
Yes.
Sí.
Next Wednesday at 12 noon, I will call you with the interpreter, so you need to be available by phone.
Escucha que esté disponible porque su abogado le va a llamar el miércoles 15 de noviembre a las 12 mediodía. Le van a llamar por teléfono con un intérprete. ¿Escuchó?
F-O-N-O.
With
Yes, that's
that, I would suggest a continuance to December, either December 11th or December 18th, depending on Spanish interpreter availability.
You got any
Y su
guesses
abogado
about
le
that?
pide
December
a
4th. December 4th is
que
good.
posterga el caso
Your Honor,
para
how about December 4th? We've already
hang
got
on.
Fertilda.
I know.
Horse phenomena.
You know what, Mr. Kressel? Mr. Fleck is very concerned about Bertilda's time. I was wondering about December 4th.
That works.
Okay. Bertilda, tell this young man for December at 1:30.
Bueno, la próxima fecha de su audiencia es el 4 de diciembre a la 1:30. ¿Escuchó?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Bertilda, hang on a second. So, Madam Clerk, do you want me to handle the county jail while we're at it?
We're done for Kilda here.
We're done with Bertilda? Oh, he had a question. Sorry, Bertilda. He had a question.
Diga, tiene una pregunta.
Sí, es que la señora, la casa donde yo estaba viviendo antes, la persona de ahí, que no puedo tener contacto con esa persona, pero la persona anda diciendo que vaya a traer todas mis cosas de ahí porque quiere que la saque, pero no puedo tener yo contacto con esa persona, entonces no sé cómo podría hacerle para sacar todas mis cosas de ahí, de esa casa, como mi ropa y todo eso, pues, y
Yes, I have a question. I know that I don't have a contact and I don't have to have a contact with this person where I was living before. And I don't have no contact with her. But has been saying to others that I need to get my clothes out of her house. And so I don't know, how can I go back and I need my clothes out of her house. How can I get those out?
Your Honor, did the court previously authorize a civil standby?
I don't know, but we're doing it now. I'm getting an order together now.
So, Mr. Ramirez, there will be still a no contact order, but the judge is authorizing what's called a civil standby.
Bueno, señor Ramírez, el orden de contacto sí siempre va a estar puesto, pero el juez le va a firmar un orden.
That means you can contact the Forks Police Department and ask for a civil standby.
Oh, they're providing forks for our picnic party.
Lo que quiere decir eso es que usted necesita contactar el departamento de policía en Forks.
They would then escort you to the protected property.
Para que ellos vayan con usted juntos cuando usted vaya por sus cosas en la propiedad.
She's secretly just using Google Translate and then reading it back because that's exactly how Google Translate does it. When my neighbor friend that speaks Spanish, when the Google app reads it to us, it's always it and them instead of, he, her, she, him, any of the normal pronouns that, I'm used to. Yeah, it only puts in it and them.
You'd have about 10 or 15 minutes to collect any personal items.
En donde usted va a tener como 10, 15 minutos para que sacan todas sus cosas.
The only other option is to use friends or family to retrieve the items that you need.
Tiene otra opción, si usted tiene un familiar o un amigo que puede ir por sus cosas, pueden hacer eso.
As you cannot have any direct or indirect contact with the protected party.
Ya que usted no puede tener ningún contacto directo o indirecto con esa persona.
Understand?
¿Escuchó?
Sí.
So
we'll go ahead.
Keep your appointment next week and we'll review it further.
Mantenga la cita para la próxima semana y lo vamos a revisar.
And your next court date is December 4th at 1:30 p.m.
Su próxima audiencia es el 4 de diciembre a la 1:30 para que regrese aquí.
Yes, you do.
That's fine.
Mr. Kressel, I just put on this motion order the judge did, D. Kressel per Zoom, and then I just signed it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bertilda, I guess you're done. We signed an order allowing civil standby. My clerk is making a copy, and Mr. Ruiz Ramirez can contact law enforcement for assistance on that.
Señor Ruiz Ramírez, la orden están concluyendo y le van a dar una copia a usted y cuando usted esté listo, póngase en contacto con la policía para que vaya a acompañarle a sacar sus cosas.
Sí, está bien.
That's fine.
Okay, is that it, Bertilda? Oh, sorry.
I just making sure my client understands. That only allows him to go to the property if he has police with him. He cannot go to the property first and then call for police to assist.
Señor.
Okay. Now dude on top in jail is just creepy. He's just creeping me out. I'm getting them vibes. Not the good ones either.
Ruiz Ramírez, tiene que entender que primero usted tiene que contactar con la policía primero y hacer arreglo con la policía para que vaya la policía a acompañarla a la casa de la señora. Usted no puede ir a la casa de la señora y llamar a la policía. ¿Escuchó?
Sí, entendí.
I understood.
Okay, thank you, Bertilda.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
¿Eso es todo?
Yeah,
¿Es that it?
we'll see you on the 4th.
Okay, thank you.
Es todo. El 4 de diciembre.
Gracias.
Gracias. Okay, so that is Mr. Zach Allen in the county jail, correct? Okay.
Yes,
Zach Allen.
That would be Miss St. Marie. There we go.
St. Marie.
Yes. Mr. Allen, I was hoping that we could have you transported in time for today, but I still need to talk with the prosecutor. Your Honor, I think we almost have a deal worked out, and I'm hoping we could set this over for a week and hopefully get it entered then.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Allen, we're gonna go ahead and put you on for next week, which is the
It's called Toma, Wisconsin.
13th, and it sounds like your case will be resolved on that date. Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, County Jail.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Crandle is here. Mr. Crandle.
And yet to compliment him, you tell him, nice tooth.
Can you unmute? Can you hear me? Hello? Mr. Crandle, he's there. He's unmuted. Here he is. There's Mr. Crandle.
So, Mr. Crandle, and I have a bit more investigation to do in this matter, and I would like a brief continuance. Well, maybe not that brief given the holiday. 30 days. That would work for the state and the court.
No problem.
Mr. Fleck doesn't have an issue with that. So where does that get us? What are you thinking? Like December 11th or 18th, or what are you thinking?
The
You want
11th
the
would work
18th?
fine.
Which one? 11th? I think
The
you said
11th works
11th.
for me if that works for everyone
Good.
else.
It does. Apparently, we're all going to be here. Mr. Crandle, are you down for the 11th
At 1:30,
at 1:30?
my version of 1:30.
Yeah, Mr. Crandle, that was the prosecutor expressing concern that you get here at an actual 1:30 and not another 1:30. I think he's there. I don't know if he hears us, but we'll let you do that, Miss St. Marie. We see him.
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. Have a good afternoon.
You
Thank
too.
you very much.
All right.
You say that's Justin Knoll sitting there, do you?
Let's see if he knows.
Mr. Knoll?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have that file. Hold on. I believe this is on for arraignment, and it looks like there's two counts. One count of trespass and the city's new version of a possession of controlled substance, which is technically a gross misdemeanor, but it has a maximum penalty of 180 days
bet it was
and/or
Matt.
$1,000 fine. So it's kind of a weird hybrid. Mr. Newell, I apologize. I haven't had a chance to speak with you, but I've been out sick. So today I'd just like to enter a plea of not guilty and set this over for a week so we can chat.
I've already pled not guilty. I'd like to just plead guilty. I already have treatment set up.
Treatment where?
I don't see why we have to continue this another week.
I call bullshit.
Treatment where?
It's through the real team.
Okay.
As soon as I get out, I have to go meet up with them to do my assessment. And they also are gonna help me get in contact with my doctor.
Mr. Newell, hold on a second. So Your Honor, we're here for arraignment. Normally I'd enter a plea of not guilty. My client would like to make a guilty plea, but the challenge is I'm not there to fill out any of the paperwork or to review anything, nor do I know what the city would be recommending for a plea. And I'm assuming Mr. Newell would want to know that before he enters a guilty plea. My thought was putting it over a week, but my client seems to want to resolve this today, so.
Well, Mr. Knoll, we can't resolve it today. We're going to put you back on for next week. Now, if you actually have a bed date through through the services you mentioned, then you would need to get a request for a furlough to the court. We would consider a request for a furlough, but you obviously don't have a bed date today. Mr. Kressel's been out sick, so we're going to be back here on Monday, the 13th, to resolve your case.
Yeah, but I've already entered a plea of not guilty and gotten a bail, and there's no point.
No, I understand. We're not able to resolve your case today. I'm just telling you that if
I would like to enter a plea of guilty.
I know you.
That's my right.
Well, it may be your right, but we're not able to do that today.
And a bail's been set of $1,000 cash.
If you could lower my bail, I could bail out. I have a
Hang on,
check.
if you,
I have
how
a
about
job.
this, Mr. Knoll? Why don't you stop talking for 10 seconds and let
Because
the
I have a job,
prosecutor?
sir. I have a job to go to.
Okay. I'm getting really close to holding you in contempt because you don't have enough sense to stop talking. Mr. Kressel, what were you gonna say?
Well, Mr. Fleck, Mr. Kressel's on Zoom.
Yes.
I was going to say the bail's been set. He needs to talk to his attorney. And you've
That's like, if you have siblings, you'll know what I'm talking about. Have you ever pissed your mom off so much where she goes to yell at one and then she just ends up having to go through the entire list of all of the kids because she just can't get the name right? Yeah, we did that to my poor mother.
verbally granted a furlough
Yes.
for him to go and get an evaluation and or to go to treatment
Right.
if he fills it out. The real team can help him with that.
Yes.
And he can work on all this next week.
Right.
And then we'll be here next Monday.
Right. The reason why I'm not letting you do a guilty plea today is we already have a previously set court calendar. Nobody has the time to fill out plea paperwork for you today. Your attorney is sick. He cannot go over the plea paperwork with you. So you would not be properly informed to enter a knowing voluntary plea. But I verbally granted a furlough if you get a treatment bed date of any kind. We put you on next Monday for disposition. If the real team comes up with a treatment plan for you and you fill out a furlough request, I will grant that furlough request for whatever treatment they recommend, okay? We'll see you on
my property to prove it.
Okay, we'll see you on Monday at 1:30 and we'll take care of your case on that date. That's all I can do for you today. See you Monday.
Fuck!
And then there's that. I guess I could do 30 days for the F word, but how about if we're done for that for now? Mr. Cresswell, are you still there?
Yeah, the judge is not screwing him out of an open bed at a rehab place. This judge would never do that. The steps aren't even in place. An addict can't just walk in and say, oh yeah, I've got a bed at a rehab place. Let me out now. And have it, be done. There's a whole process. The courts have to verify it. There's paperwork that needs to be submitted. He's in jail. They have to do a furlough for him to leave jail without having made bail or anything. There's the criminal guy thinks that he's got it all figured out by that smug smirk on his face. The judge knows better.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I think that takes us, I'm not sure if we're skipping around, but the Angela Quan matter, she's on. It's a fairly
She's not,
review matter.
She's not here.
She's on Zoom.
She's on Zoom.
Your Honor, I think what we're going to do is continue this out. I've been in contact with the neighbors for the last month. Things are not getting worse. Efforts are being made to keep the dumpster closed. There's still an amazing amount of foot traffic apparently at all hours of the day and night around the place. However, we are making some progress. What I would really like to do is get to a position where we can have the law enforcement go back and visit the two places where the trash was being stored to see if it's cleaned up and then maybe resolve this case. But that would require Ms. Quan to make that happen.
I don't
You
have the
understand
money.
what he just told you? You understand what he just told you?
Yeah.
He's in a mood to get this resolved, so you don't have to keep coming back to court.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, so.
So what I'm gonna suggest is we set this over for the 18th of December. She's having the trash removed every 2 weeks, the trash dumpster. And maybe she can, with all these people visiting, they can make some effort to help her clean up.
Yes, what do you think, Ms. Quan?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Okay, we'll see you on the 8th. We'll see you on the 18th to see if it got done.
Okay, thank you.
Dumpsters, that's what
Thank you. December 18th. Who's that sitting in jail?
Good on her for cleaning it up.
Oh, that's Lucas Perez. Mr. Lucas Perez, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, is this first appearance?
Yes, it is. We got some new action. I just found probable cause for DUI, and it's a blood draw case. Judge Newport got Chief Rowley's call and approved a blood draw. I have no idea, of course, what the blood draw would say, but I can tell you that Mr. Chief Rowley smelled a lot of marijuana. You don't need to respond to this, Mr. Lucas Perez. I'm just letting the attorneys kind of know what's there. Mr. Lucas Perez did not do well on standardized field sobriety tests, so I found PC for DUI. And then we also have a problem with driving while license suspended in the 3rd degree. So,
and that's the new cases, and then, Your Honor, that he was also detained on a warrant in CR 26712 that had gone out to warrant. I'm thinking about a year ago.
September this year.
Oh, September of this year. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 9/11/2023.
Oh, that's when he pled guilty, December 2022.
He's my favorite.
Your Honor, I think in that matter, I'm trying to see what we have. I thought we had a probation violation.
Yeah,
I don't have a copy of it, but I think we have one filed where probation is wanting, before this new situation, was seeking to have some punishment implemented. And I also think he is not supposed to be using substances unless there's a prescription as one of his conditions. He has 362 days suspended. The city's going to ask that the bail, whatever the court has set, remain on both matters. And I believe we can resolve at some point, separate of the new DUI, the probation violation, which
He reminds me of
part of me is wanting to ask for 362 days and just be done. So
at the same time,
I don't think they can be on the same date, but I think one can be resolved and the other one can be the basis for other actions.
Okay, so Mr. Lucas Perez, what is your current mailing or residential address?
561 Brower Street. I don't get my mail down there. I get it in the. I get it in the mail. Oh, you could just send it to 561 Brower Street.
I missed it.
Did you say Brower?
Yes.
Okay, well, we had a PO box. Do you get mail there at all?
Yeah, is the one where I get my mail. That's the best place to send it at.
Okay.
I know, I'm trying to talk over the address because I thought I clipped it out, but as you'll see in a moment, the one that I clipped out was the P.O. box. I did a very thorough, great job of clipping out the P.O. box address, thinking I got it all. And I missed that one.
So when's the last time you had a job?
Not too long. I'm like on and off with the job. I'm like, I work kind of a little bit of part-time, but not really, because I work for some guy with doing some concrete and doing construction. So it's kind of
how much money did you bring in October? How much did you bring home?
Not much at all. Like I said, I'd probably bring in a good like $500 the whole month.
Probably his
Okay,
mom.
how about September?
anyways.
Yeah, like not too much either, just around the same, I think. Because like I said, I just work part-time. It's not like
Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and appoint Mr. Grussel's office, Town Public Defenders, to represent you. So let's
Your Honor,
see.
what is
Yeah.
the case number? I'm having a hard time finding them on Jabs.
That the new one is CR 0030517. Oh, he had, hang on a second, Mr. Cressel, he had St. Marie on the old one. Probably Cressel had a conflict back then, I'll bet you.
Probably.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
unfortunately, I don't know the source of the conflict or if it still exists.
Right. You know what we're gonna do? We're for right now. Well, what do you think, Melissa? Just go ahead and go with St. Marie on both of them for the moment. Did she withdraw?
Oh, yeah, she was withdrawn most of the probation violation.
Oh, okay. Well, if she's withdrawn, then she's not on. We could appoint Cressel. Let's go ahead and appoint Cressel's office for both of them. And then that's what I was really curious about was a withdrawal because she's off that case. So we're going to appoint Cressel's office. Now, you had a conflict probably a year ago, Mr. Cressel, or whenever. I don't know if you still do.
He's pled guilty.
And he's pled guilty, so we don't think there's a conflict. So we're going to appoint Mr. Cressel's office on both of those. And what is the status of probation? Do we have a current petition on probation?
We have a current petition that could be upgraded based on the recent
The
arrest.
new arrest, right,
We have a bench warrant for a $25,000 bond,
right.
which I recommend retaining. Your
Oh, no, we're going to retain that. So I bet you didn't know this. Hang on, Mr. Lucas. Hang on, Mr. Lucas Perez. I'll bet you didn't know that you got to post $2,500 on that old DUI probation. So now, Mr. Fleck, a brand new DUI, what are you thinking for conditions of release?
Well, I noticed the court went a little lighter on the bail than I would for a second DUI.
We haven't done bail on this.
Oh, I just saw him out. That might be the officers.
Yeah, that's the jail.
I think we'd ask for $3,500 on the new DUI, inclusive of the driving license suspended. So we could say, $2,500 and $1,000, or however we get to $3,500.
Well, hang on a second, Mr. Cressel. I just want one more thing. Lucas Perez, I see you signed your acknowledgement of rights. You know you have the right to an attorney. We just appointed one for you. Right to a trial by a judge or jury, etc. If you don't have any questions about your rights, I'm going to sign this. We are going to set bail on the new one. Mr. Cressel, you haven't seen the new one.
No, what I was going to suggest, since the 13th is getting kind of stacked up with cases we have to deal with, that we put this over for the 20th for arraignment and admit deny on the probation matter, so that way I have adequate time to discuss with Mr. Lucas Perez. And looking as DCH, Mr. Perez.
Currently 66 cents.
If you're able to get an evaluation, you want to seriously chat with them with what's called a deferred prosecution evaluation. And if you're eligible,
that's what I'm planning on
hold
doing.
on, hold on.
Hold on. Let him
I'm just
finish
speaking
the
out loud. I don't want you to respond
Right.
on the record.
Around here, Mr. Lucas Perez, we usually let the speaker finish his sentence unless it's gibberish. So what we're going to do right now, this is a warrant case for blood draw. For the moment, I'm going to impose $1,000 cash on the new DUI. And what did you say, Mr. Cressel? Come back on the 20th?
The 2 weeks, the 20th. That would be within a speedy arraignment. But the 13th next week is getting bunched up. And also, since there's a probation matter, I need to discuss that with him as well. So
Mr. Lucas Perez, you would need to post $3,500 to get out between now and the 20th. Of course, you would need to be back here in court. If you do post that amount, you need to be back here in court on the 20th at 1:30. Among your many conditions are you cannot use any sort of alcohol or drugs for any reason, and probably technically at this point, and I am going to sign a requirement that you can't drive a car without an interlock. You are completely forbidden from using any sort of alcohol or drugs without some sort of medical necessity and a doctor's prescription. And we'll see you back here in court on the 20th at 1:30. And we'll reassess your bail amount on the new DUI, given that it's a blood draw. Mr. Fleck and Mr. Cressel may have different ideas about how to deal with that. We'll find out on the 20th.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, Your Honor, I don't know if we just want to start plowing through the calendar, if we, Miss O'Brien has any other cases that we need to deal with?
I think she's leaving.
She already left us.
So
Okay.
we can go with Nico Alazon.
Nico, you here? Nico, oh, he's online. Nico is online.
And Your Honor, the court docket indicates he was seeking Karen Unger as an attorney, I believe.
Mr. Alazon, yes, Mr. Alazon, how you doing with getting a lawyer?
I didn't get it. I got into a car accident about 2 weeks ago, and I spend money on. I have medical bills now, and I know I don't have any source of income. I can't work for around 6 weeks, is what I'm hearing from the doctors.
Okay, so my first question, I'm looking to see, did we arraign him yet or not?
He pled not guilty back on the 18th of September, I think.
So we entered a plea of not guilty. So Alazon, what, are you homebound? Are you bedbound? What's up? You can't work, why?
Bedbound. I just got released from Harborview 2 weeks ago now.
Well, Harborview does it for me. I'm going to appoint Clallam Public Defenders. Now, at some point, Mr. Cressel and Mr. Alazon, we're going to do a financial affidavits, but since you just got out of Harborview, I'm going to assume you don't have money for a lawyer for the moment. Mr. Cressel, he's been arraigned. If he hasn't, let's make just, you're double sure we did plead. Okay. We entered pleas to not guilty on both of these, Mr. Cressel.
Your Honor, I would suggest 2 weeks to November 20th to either set dates or to at least have a better idea of what I'm dealing with, and at least a case file. So I would suggest put over 2 weeks to the 20th for a status hearing.
Okay, Mr. Alazon, I'm assuming since you're here on Zoom, you'll be able to get back on Zoom on the 20th, won't you?
Yes, I can use Zoom, yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Cressel's office is Clallam Public Defenders in Port Angeles. You need to call them. Are we going to send him that information, or is he just going to figure it out? Yep, so my clerk's going to send you contact information, but just so you know, it's 360-452-3307. And you would call them and let them know that they've just been appointed to your case. They won't know anything about you yet. You can't just talk to your attorney like talking to your friend. You have to make sure they have contact information and set up an appointment, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you on the 20th.
And then Nico will be back in 2 weeks on the 20th, and that's just to set dates, and so we have a chance to figure out what we're doing. Also, I'm assuming you'll have a somewhat better idea of your medical situation because that's going to play into scheduling your court dates. When I hear Harborview, that usually means there's going to be lots of follow-up medical appointments and or surgeries that we need to keep in mind. So, but we'll come back on the 20th to set some dates.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Okay, do we want to just go alphabetical? Bford is next up. Where's Bford? Did Bford make it today? Bford, please say you're
Stephen
here.
Bford, if you're out there, it'd be a good time to unmute.
Well, Mr.
Your
Bford,
Honor, I'm just taking a look at my notes.
Can you read?
Yeah, I hear him.
I found
Good.
it.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Bford, we haven't had a chance to really discuss this case. What is a good mailing address for you?
P.O. Box 1124.
1124?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we tried that. I guess we'll have to try again, or better yet, call my office and schedule an appointment. How about a phone number for you?
360-460-2605.
Okay. Make sure your voicemail's set up because people don't do that.
I do have a voicemail set up, and I know we had I was waiting to hear from you, and I didn't.
Okay. Well, it's going to need to be rescheduled because right now I'm going to have to ask the court for continuance because we haven't had a chance to review this.
Okay.
Your Honor, I would suggest probably, December 18th for a status. And that way Mr. Bford and I can chat. My concern, these types of cases usually have a whole bunch of need for follow-up. Also, I believe Mr. Fleck indicated there is a bunch of discovery the city has that I don't yet have. So if that can be either burned to a CD or put into my box there, I'll be out there next Monday to pick it up.
Okay, I think the 20th, did you say the 20th of this? No, the 18th of December. So Bford, how about 18 December at 1:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm sure you'll talk to your attorney by then. We'll see you then, 18 December.
Okay.
Thank you. Blankinship, there's a Blankinship sitting right up front. With Blankinship closed. Just kidding.
And Your Honor, I think the last time we were here, there was a possible resolution with the city, but it required my client getting an updated evaluation. The one he had was from April of last year. So I'm not sure if he had a chance to do that.
Blankinship was on here before.
You're saying yes.
Yes, I have.
So what is it you're saying yes to? What did you do?
Oh, I went and got like an assessment. That's what last time we were here. That's what we requested.
Right.
So I went to two places. But the one that I've been working with is Weston Outreach.
Okay.
And we kind of met in the middle since I got this job in PA. And where I see like a counselor once a week and check in with her.
So you guys started on some kind of treatment, something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know where that leaves you, Mr. Cressel. You may have heard Mr. Cressel say he's been sick this week. So
yeah,
Mr. Fleck and Mr. Cressel, what do we think for a day?
Well, what I need is the updated assessment because that I don't have. I have the one from April. It appears to be from West End Outreach. So if you're doing something with West End Outreach, I need an updated treatment plan that explains what you're doing. When can you get that to me?
Oh, as soon as possible. Is fax the best way? Because that's what they seem to prefer.
Well, yeah, they as long as you sign a release, they know how to get stuff to our office. They do it routinely.
Yeah.
I would suggest December 4th, just to kind of review to make sure we're on track with because I need the paperwork. I need to be able to discuss things with the city, but also just importantly, I need a chance to kind of review things with you. But so I'm looking at December 4th.
Mr. Fleck, you got a problem with December 4th?
Not if there's an actual eval, otherwise bring a toothbrush.
See what he's saying? He wants, your attorney needs that eval.
Yep.
And yeah, so if there's no eval, if the eval is invisible, Mr. Fleck wants your conditions of release.
I was gonna send it, but the counselor lady requested that I wait to before I sign up release information.
Okay, well, you just go ahead and get that signed and get that to your attorney. We'll see you on the 4th, okay?
All right.
Tell her you need to do that. She'll understand.
Yep. All right. That's it. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you on the 4th.
Sounds good.
Does that mean we have a Caitlin Boston?
Your Honor, I sent some paperwork to the court. She's currently in a combination of detox and then inpatient treatment. She's down at the Swedish Ballard campus in Seattle. And they have an expected discharge of November 26th. But I'm not sure if she's going to be staying in King County or coming back. So I would suggest maybe December 11th to allow
December 18th.
Mr. Cressel prefers December 18th. I'm okay with the 18th if you are.
Or the 18th.
Mr. Fleck, I meant to say. I'm getting you guys mixed up. The 18th is fine.
He has hair items. Mainly because
Well,
Yeah, maybe
I
he
know Mr. Fleck will be in the holiday spirit on the 18th.
Oh, you guys crack me up, I'm telling you.
Now we have John Dunbar, who is here and been waiting very patiently.
Dunbar's been here since yesterday afternoon.
And Your
Morning,
Honor,
afternoon.
I have an appointment, Mr. Dunbar, we have an appointment on the 21st.
21st?
At 3 o'clock. And so, Your Honor, we're gonna be asking for a short continuance, so that way Mr. Dunbar.
Me too, Bubba, and you know it. I can get a very short distance. I gotta have my walker, my cane. Some days I have to use my wheelchair. It depends on how bad it is. Anyways, you guys, I am going to go to sleep. I have not gotten enough of it this past week, but I've had so much fun. And I'm going to edit tomorrow. And I think, like I said, I have so much adulting to do. If I come on, you'll get your notice, I'm sure. And I'll try to give a little heads up. But I might take tomorrow off. I love you all. You have a wonderful night. Much love.